In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the photography courses in Melbourne. What's happening, guys? Daniel here, founder of the DJV Photography School. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the different photography courses you can do in Melbourne. We have a street photography course, travel photography course, night photography course, and landscape photography course. Now, on each of these 4 different courses, there's one thing that we teach that's common to all of them, and that is understanding manual mode, exposure, shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. So this is the biggest thing that beginners find confusing, and this is something that we teach on every single photography course. So what does this mean? What are you going to learn? Well, the first thing is we're going to get your camera off automatic mode, because what's the point in spending $1,000 to $2,000 on a digital camera if you're going to use it in automatic mode? So we're going to take your camera off automatic mode into manual mode, and we're going to break down the concepts of shutter speed, aperture, and ISO so that you can understand how to control the light on your digital camera without using automatic mode. This is one of the biggest things that's going to help motivate you to take more photographs in the future. Once you see the power of controlling the light with your camera without using automatic mode, you won't go back. So our teaching philosophy is very much aimed at beginners and breaking it all down so that you can understand all of these somewhat complicated subjects very easily, because we're breaking it down into digestible, logical chunks that allow you to understand it right from the get-go. We're going to change one thing at a time until you understand how these 3 components of exposure fit together. And by the end of the photography course, you're going to be putting them all together so that you can understand how to control the light properly on your digital camera and understand the concepts of shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. So what sort of camera do you need? You can bring literally any camera along. You can come along with a smartphone camera if you want, an iPhone or an Android device. The thing is, you're going to get more out of it if you have a camera that shoots in manual mode. Most cameras do shoot in manual mode. 99% of them do. Sometimes the manual mode settings are hidden in the menus, and other times you can very easily access shutter speed, aperture, and ISO with obvious buttons on your camera. So make sure you have manual mode. Now, the difference between the 4 different courses is that on top of teaching manual mode and exposure and controlling the light, we're going to be adding a few little things relative to that particular course. So landscape essentials and night photography fundamentals, those 2 courses, we're going to be teaching you how to use a tripod. On the landscape course, we're going to be teaching you how to create that beautiful blurry water that we all love. You need a tripod for that. We use long exposures. On the night photography course, we're going to be teaching you how to create light trails and do some light painting. So again, you need a tripod and you need long exposures. Similar concepts to both the night photography course and the landscape photography course, but obviously completely different subjects. And on the street photography and travel photography course, it's more of a focus on run and gun. So how do we photograph different things on the street when we're traveling? You obviously very rarely have a tripod when you're walking around a city in a foreign country. So we teach you how to take advantage of the handheld situation. So keeping your gear to a minimum, but understanding exposure and controlling the light with a minimal amount of gear. So that's pretty much it for the overview of the photography courses in Melbourne. If you have any questions, send us an email using the contact page, or you can use the little chat button. You might see this on the website. Try and chat. We're not always there, but if we're not there, we'll get back to you via email ASAP. Yeah, if you have any questions, contact us using those methods. Thanks so much for watching.